Our first stop, though, is that wagon. Now this is the Nissan Datsun Maxima wagon, a car that has defied the experts. Cars like the big rear-driven Maxima were supposed to become obsolete. That is, when we all made that permanent switch to small, fuel-efficient front-drive models. Why, this type of full-size wagon has been the staple of suburban households for decades. That the Maxima is made in Japan and has found a niche in the U.S. says a lot about how well the Orientals understand the American market. But will it truly live up to the expectations of the big wagon buyer? Well, here's their chance to find out. Now, this baby looks like it came right off an American car company drawing board. That very long hood gently rises to a squarish passenger cargo box. From some angles, it actually shares the richer looks of a Mercedes 300 TD estate. This Maxima has a base price of $12,200 and a tested list of only 300 more. It's aimed at the middle to upper level buyer who wants a lot of fine, conservative-looking car for the money. And this time, we're pleased to say our car has none of the fit and finish flaws we've seen on a number of other recent Nissan products. That look of class continues on the interior, but there is a rub. From the seats, that is. Despite cushy fabrics, you sit on, not in, the flat bucket seats. Plus, elbow, head, and legroom is also at a premium. Definitely not made for any tall or overweight up-and-coming banker. But you do get an amazing variety of standard gadgets and features for your paycheck. A fully instrumented dash, dual electrically adjustable outside mirrors, and a clock that gives you the day, date, and elapsed time as well. A center panel houses the fine working heating and air conditioning controls, AM/FM stereo radio and cassette, and oddly enough, a master switch for the cruise control. The panel flows to a full-length console, and here you'll find electric window lifts, a shift handle for a smooth 3-speed locked-up torque converter automatic transmission, and the on-off switch for an electric overdrive 4th gear that improves fuel economy at any speed. Nearby, thank goodness, is a mute switch that shuts off the throaty-sounding female voice that warns of minor lapses of memory.
Key is in the ignition.
And even if you do manage to shut her up, they're leaving nothing to chance by giving you a visual warning panel, too. If you're romantically inclined, you can tilt the seats all the way back and stargaze through the large electric sunroof. That might come in handy as you contemplate how to change the full-size spare tire. It's located truck-style under the rear where it can get nice and dirty. Of course, if it were mounted inside, you'd be wondering why you bothered buying a wagon. It would be a shame if all this class couldn't haul enough libation for your annual social. The Maxima seems able to hold more than a few Magnums. But aside from room, how does the Maxima move? The answer, not quite as fast as it feels. Off-the-line pep is very good, but it fades fast. A 500-foot stoplight dash provided us slowish 10.5 seconds at 49 miles per hour. Passing accelerations from 40 to 55 also suffered. 6.6 seconds is a long time to be hung out in the wrong lane. Admittedly, it's not that bad when compared to almost all of its competition. Power for this 3,130-pound heavyweight comes from a smooth 2.4-liter overhead cam fuel-injected inline 6. Diesel power is also available. But the most impressive thing about this engine compartment is the neat, clean installation that can only come when you make a car with all power options as standard. But that neatness doesn't show up on other aspects of the Maxima. We said the spare tire reminded us of a truck. Well, so does the handling. Despite a new coil spring rear suspension, it's very hard to keep the long, light back end under control in any rapid or accident-avoiding maneuvers. Body roll is copious and the steering far too quick. The car's mass and its soft springs don't allow for driver overreaction, a real disappointment. On the other hand, in another form of accident maneuver, panic stops, the Maxima returned to at least the front row of its class. Stops averaged 133 feet, within our good range, and more importantly, were straight with no fade. This would indicate that the basic suspension package is quite sound, so with some tweaking, the handling problems can probably be easily improved. Another fine trait of the Maxima, especially in parking lot demolition derbies, is its turning circle, 35 feet, tighter than almost any other car of its size and mission. We were further soothed by the Maxima's quiet on the open road. Sound level readings were only 69 decibels at 55. And fuel economy, rated at 23 city, 35 highway by the EPA, also compared well. Our real-world average was 29 over our Motor Week test loop. So, what overall impressions did our Maxima leave with its test track entourage?
While the Maxima suspension could use some improvements to balance the handling, it should be very popular due to its handsome European looks and comfort.
I enjoy driving the Maxima, however I feel the dash is too cluttered and the cargo area is smaller than in your average wagon.
Our conclusions? Well, if you're not too large of girth or stature, the Nissan Datsun Maxima is a lot of bigger car for the money. Handling, apparently already improved, still needs much work, and the multitude of gadgets does make us worry about long-term repairs. But it's hard to see how you could get more upper-class car at middle management prices than the Maxima wagon.